Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're getting a fascinating, frankly head-scratching look behind the curtain of modern digital products. We are deconstructing a highly unusual, completely contradictory blueprint for a generated ebook. We literally have the exact prompt, the strategic outline used to churn out this digital asset. So let's just dive right in and see exactly what kind of monster the architect of this document is trying to build. Right out of the gate, we're hit with this wild contradiction. The official title of the ebook is all about mastering Masscan, which, if you don't know, is a highly technical mass IP and port scanner. It's hardcore networking. But then, look at the stated goal for this exact same book. It's supposed to help complete beginners start earning money using AI tools. There is a total disconnect here. We're promised a deep dive into network scanning, but the actual objective is just a practical guide to making a quick buck with artificial intelligence. It's honestly like slapping a quantum physics cover on a beginner's baking book. Section 1. The Facade, Audience, and Aesthetics. Before a single word of content is even generated, this blueprint totally boxes in exactly who the audience is. And it's very specific. We're talking complete beginners, with the author emphasizing in parentheses, no technical knowledge. It's aimed squarely at students and freelancers. Now, knowing that makes the choice of teaching them about a mass IP and port scanner incredibly puzzling, right? You're taking individuals with absolutely zero tech background and throwing them straight into the deep end of network scanning, while somehow promising them an AI side hustle. And to actually sell to this specific crowd, the instructions demand a very particular vibe. The directive is literally theme, dark plus gold, premium feel. You know exactly the look we're talking about here. It's basically the unofficial uniform of internet wealth gurus. The prompt mandates clean, modern fonts, bold headings, and perfect spacing. The actual text isn't really the primary driver of value here. That dark and gold aesthetic is doing the heavy lifting to make it look expensive. Then we get the actual formatting rules. The creator is supposed to act as a pro-writer and designer to generate a 20-page document. We've even got the author's name pre-selected, Avi. And the recurring obsession throughout this entire section is simply that it must, above all else, look like a premium, sellable ebook. It's entirely focused on the packaging. Moving on to Section 2, the contradictory core chapter breakdown. So, let's crack open the structural heart of this 20-page document and see how these clashing ideas actually play out. It starts out normal enough. You've got your cover page, table of contents, and introduction, but then, bam! Chapter 1 dives straight into understanding Masscan. It introduces a mass IP and port scanner to our non-technical audience of students. It's treating this intense network utility as just a casual, foundational subject for making money. Chapter 2 just doubles down on the tech stuff. It's titled, All Ways to Understanding Masscan. And look at the rigid structure demanded here. Every single method has to be broken down strictly into 3 parts: an explanation, actionable steps, and a concrete example. It's a remarkably logical, almost textbook approach to teaching a very complex tool. But wait, remember our audience? This is where the prompt asks for the literal impossible. The writing style guidelines aggressively demand simple English and a conversational tone. Most importantly, the AI is told to absolutely avoid complex jargon. This right here is the hilarious tension of the whole document. You are mandated to explain all the ways of using a mass IP and port scanner with steps and examples, but you are forbidden from using tech jargon. Imagine trying to explain port scanning to a freelancer like you're just chatting over coffee. All right, Section 3, Pivoting to Earning, Tools and Expectations. Right in the middle of the book, it's like the outline gets whiplash. The network scanning, totally abandoned. Chapters 3 through 5 abruptly pivot towards that generic digital hustle we saw in the initial goal. Suddenly we get a step-by-step beginner plan, followed by a list of free and paid tools with short use cases, and then a chapter on mistakes to avoid. We have completely lost the thread of IP scanning, and we are now firmly in the territory of generic online money-making advice. Then Chapter 6 shifts right into the classic hustle mindset. It focuses heavily on realistic expectations, explicitly warning the reader that this will require time, effort, and consistency. It's such a funny inclusion. After selling a premium guide that randomly bounces from port scanning to AI tools, the outline pauses to make sure the reader knows they need to put in hard work. It desperately tries to ground the chaos in a standard self-help framework. Which brings us to Section 4, the grand finale. Skipping a few unlisted chapters, we land at Chapter 10, the conclusion. The goal here is pure motivation plus immediate action steps. It needs to seamlessly hype the beginner up so they feel energized to take action on, well, whatever it is they supposedly just learned. And then we get the grand finale, Chapter 11, simply labeled as a bonus section. And what is this amazing bonus? The entire blueprint culminates in a highly marketable 30-day AI earning plan. That number 30 is doing a lot of heavy lifting here. It gives the reader a structured, time-bound roadmap that brings the entire ebook full circle back to that initial goal of earning money with AI. That mass IP scanner from Chapter 1? Long gone. You're on a 30-day journey to monetize AI now. Down at the very bottom of this prompt, there's a pretty aggressive final warning. In all caps, it screams, "Do not summarize." It demands full, detailed content for every single section. So the expectation is that this entire 20-page, wildly contradictory, premium-looking document will be spat out in one go without condensing any of the crazy logical leaps. So we're left with this completely wild question about the modern internet hustle. If you actually pull this off, if you nailed a perfect spacing, bold the headings, and give it that luxurious dark and gold premium feel, will people actually buy a 20-page ebook that mashes up hardcore IP port scanning with the 30-day AI side hustle? Does the actual logical flow of the information even matter anymore? Or is the illusion of a premium guide literally all it takes to make a sale? Definitely something to think about the next time you see a sleek digital guide pop up in your feed promising you the world.